was a guy that we've looked at so far, whose name is R.Lyman. And we've read 3 or 4 of his pieces, and he was one of the earlier founders of the whole issue of leadership. But his initial focus was on participative leadership. And he was one of the first persons to study the idea of leadership styles. Okay? He was the person that identified leadership styles. Now this is not traits. These are not characteristics, but these are styles. Now, the first style that he studied was called laissez-faire, which you will immediately recognize is not an English word, or 2 English words. It's a French word. Yeah. And it literally means, if you translate it directly, hands off.
What?
It means hands off. And the implication is, when we talk about laissez-faire economics, we mean that the government plays no role. Or when we talk about laissez-faire leadership, it means that the leader takes a very minimal role in terms of being directive. Okay? Now, Lewin contrasted this at the time with the other form of leadership, and we can see these as a continuum, at the other end as autocratic, which we've already talked about. And I said autocratic, so I would spell it correctly. So R.Lyman was one of the first to conceptualize these leadership styles, and he conceptualized laissez-faire to all the way over to autocratic. Now, as we're going to see over time, we're going to see the concept of laissez-faire drop away. And we're going to quit using that concept. And we're going to replace it with what we did earlier today, democratic. Now, it's very important to remember that laissez-faire and democratic are not the same. Okay, let me say that again. It's very important. We replaced laissez-faire with democratic, but they are not the same. So most of the leadership studies since then have looked at the concept of the dichotomy between autocratic and democratic following on this continuum. Okay? Student looking in like, oh, there are fools left here. Okay.